Hello, and welcome to another RANGROO cast. Me, RANGROO, and today we are doing a 1v1 on Here Lies the Heroes. So let's introduce our two team players. In the bottom side, in the blue, playing as Chimera, we got Andre B. And in the top red, in the red, playing as the United States of America, we got the Big 15. So let's speed it up, sorry. Big 15 going for racks, half in aluminium, and 2 oil. Well, Andre B is going straight for the oil. And lots of it at that. Getting a full extraction protocol. It's going to be capping his bank. I wouldn't be surprised if the US player does go for a field hospital early on, because you got banks to capture and they are completely surrounded by water. So the only way to get there is through helicopters. Ray getting himself an aluminum deposit. And yep, that's a field hospital being brought out. Big 15 going to be going for those banks. Oh, we've got some SS being brought out from Andre B. Now, where is he going to put them? That's the question. Got a Dostov already flying, going to be capturing this bank, and there's probably a few Stinger guys with this force. Indeed, there is actually quite a lot of Stingers. 3 Marines and 3 Stingers. Got a Lem being brought out and another aluminum for Big 15. And oh, what's this? We've got a ninja. So that means Andre B going for the support bay early on. Now, the unfortunate thing about support bay is that there's no helicopter that can transport infantry. So he can't capture his bank still. But he can use the ninja and try to shoot down the Dostov. And to scout the enemy base. Yeah, alas, he doesn't have AA missile, so he can't shoot anything yet. But he can sit here and just really take in his surroundings. Dostov capping the bottom bank. And Andrew B going to be getting out a Namer. And a Sentinel turret, so I'm guessing a bit of SAS and Namer play for the early game. Got the logistical center being brought out from Big 15. And an MG-NAS for self-protection. Both sides vying away from the light vehicle ops in early game. Actually, never mind, here we go. We got a spear vehicle bay being brought out from Andre. And looks like some refineries down here. An outpost and an oil refinery and another oil refinery. Yeah, Andre getting his economy up. And we got a light vehicle bay being brought out from the Big 15. And oh, that was an SAS I heard. Trying to snipe. Is that the Hercules? Yeah, that was a Namer.
Stealth enemy unit detected.
Oh, he's sniping a refinery. It's gonna take a little while to fully kill it. I mean, it's best to probably get the SAS in one of these buildings and snipe the M993s as they come out. But oh yeah, we got infantry and an enemy sniper. So that's going to deal with that force very quickly. And Big 15 opting now for a more standard approach, Hercules and Strikers. And Andre, he is seeing all of this. So if he's smart, he'll bring the right counter.
Stealth enemy unit detected.
And what's he building down here? He's getting that AT missile full of Pumas, meaning he's that short protocol. And just real standard anti-tank Pumas. There we go, Namer's moving in, but as you can see, Namers aren't exactly anti-tank units. What do we have? We got some striker ATGMs being brought out.
Stealth enemy unit detected.
The Namer's over here just getting eaten up. He's going to drive right by the SAS, but there's only one guy, so they're easily going to clear it up. That Namer finally going down. And Penta going for another Spear vehicle bay. So, very heavy early game Pumas it seems. And the nice thing about spamming Pumas is that, you know, they're also transport IFVs, so if you get some SAS guys, you can load them up into the Pumas and unload them when you need to be when you're in a firefight, and that's just added firepower.
Enemy unit detected.
It's kind of like a nice little 1-2 punch. Also, the ATGMs are pretty damn powerful at long range. Big 15 massing up his force. A few ATGM strikers and standard strikers. And another Namer bites the dust. I don't really know where Andre had his Namers all spread around in the open like that. I think he just probably forgot about him. The strikers are moving up and land. Nanda's trying to pump out those Pumas and Exo Soldiers, but a little bit of oil troubles. It does, yeah, it has double extractor on all his oil fields. And he's having to get, he even has 2 more and getting an outpost. So he's really trying to pump out that oil. And I always see, yes, the ground forces are going to mess each other. What's most likely going to happen is Big is going to attack here. Andre's going to be like, oh crap, my unit, my buildings are being blown up. He's going to have to fall back either through this ray or this ray and try to deal with his ground force. And that's exactly what he's doing. You know, for any other ray, he could have met them head on, but he is going to be losing their refinery. Whereas his forces, here I come. And that's a lot of Pumas, that should be enough to deal with the enemy forces. If he focused down the Hercules first, it will make his life a hell of a lot easier. And here we go, Exo Soldiers are unloading, they're going to be given some fire support. And the Pumas just have to stick at long range, let their missiles do the talking. Striker's also trying to fire missiles. But as you see, they just don't have that range. Actually, oh, never do. They do. I think he has the unlocked upgrade actually for his strikers, judging by that missile strike. But nonetheless, Big 15 is going to be put him back. And Andre B perfectly dealing with that enemy force. And his ninja is still in the enemy base just looking at what's being built. And just having his sight on the enemy base is such an important thing. Because, you know, you see what the enemy's building, you easily counter it. And it gives you a lot of time to counter it. You don't have to watch your army get blown up first and then counter it. Big 15 going for DEFCON 1, does have an armory out. And Field Hospital got a few POWs. But oh no, the ninja's been spotted. And it does go down. I wonder what's spotted yet. And now we got the Puma Force engaging. Trying to knock out our refinery. Strikers staying at range, lobbing at ATGMs. Puma's retaliating back. This is just missile commander right now. Both sides firing volley after volley.
Stealth enemy unit detected.
But in this sort of engagement, Big 15 right now does have an advantage. Just Hercules are keeping his units alive. But the Pumas, they can't repair, so if they take damage, they have to fall all the way back to their main base to get repaired. You've got a Blazer being brought out, and even though there's no AA units, a Blazer is a very smart option to get. As Blazers with the CIWS upgrade can shoot down those missiles, diverting enemy damage. Big 15's is sticking with his lightly armoured force, as it is working well for him. He's getting that helipad out right now. There we go. Let's take a look at Andre's base. What does he have? He's got himself nothing new. He's just pretty much focusing on spamming these Pumas. Oh, look, yes, he's getting rhinos now. And rhinos are very scary artillery pieces, as they do a lot of damage, and they have long range, and even got CQC training to make his felines even more effective at taking buildings. Now, it seems like we might be heading off for another engagement. Exo soldiers are taking the hits from ATGMs. And the Pumas are going to be retaliating, and damn, he's really built up a Puma force. I mean, that's a lot of Pumas. That's a lot of Pumas. The strikers are just sticking their range, you know, shooting down those refineries, trying to initiate Andre B to attack him. And here we go. Missile commander is on again. This is round 2. There's both sides as missile in the air, as missile hit tanks. Pretty self-explanatory, but the Hercules are going to be quite a big advantage to Big 15 as they're going to keep his units alive. And both sides being very cautious. Neither of them going in for full-on engagement. They're just taking their shots and they're pulling back. The Hercules does go down. For Andre, it's all going to be about knocking down those Hercules and focusing fire on enemy units. Like a good little micromanagement tip in this sort of situation, I'd group up the Puma. I would select Pumas in groups of 4 and select each group of 4 Pumas to engage different enemy vehicles. So instead of run volley, you know, all focus on one vehicle, that's a lot of rated damage. If you do that same volley and focus the damage to a bunch of different enemy vehicles, you can kill, you know, more with less and a lot more quicker. Just like one hit in that and one hit in that unit. But it's all about just knocking them out in that one volley, because the Hercules is just going to repel them even if on a scratch of HP. Andre's getting himself a ninja. It's pretty much just a firing line now. It's a modern day line battle at this point. Both sides just taking pot shots at long ranges. Neither of them going in for the bayonet charge. The Big 15 does have those Guardian helicopters, and the Guardian's going to be very useful because they cannot be targeted by those AT missiles. Now rhinos are being brought out, and those rhinos are just going to be able to pound this army at far range, and you can't shoot down rhino artillery cells. So this may force Big 15 to pull back. He's not even going for the ground units, instead he's targeting the enemy buildings. I just don't know, how can I see the range of the rhinos? Let's see.
Resources
Where
depleted.
are they? Where are they? Can't be hard to lose a heavy artillery piece.
Unit is under
There we are.
attack.
Oh, he can't. Yeah, there we go. See that range? That is a big bloody range. I mean, if he were to park his units here, he could just go ham on the enemy base. Right now, both sides just skirmishing it out with one another. Neither of them wanting to go in for the piss. And see, Big 15 does have a lot of those blazers to shoot down enemy missiles. Which is always very nice to have. Guardians engage in long range of air. Hellfires. And here we go. The missile strafe is on, but see those blazers? They're just shooting down all the missiles, not a single one that hits. I mean, both sides of their forces have very big advantages. Andrew, the artillery, Big 15 with the helicopters and blazers. I mean, this is pretty much a stalemate at this point. Neither side wanted to engage. I mean, there's millions and millions of dollars of missiles just being fired upon one another. The artillery hitting, but not getting any concise damage. He's gonna need. Well, he has a lot of artillery. Actually, he has 5 rhinos.
Stealth enemy unit detected.
Pretty much a platoon of rhinos at that point. There we go, the missile's being shot up. While this skirmish is going on, let's take a look at the base to see if anything's new been built.
Detected.
Nothing over here, and let me guess, nothing over here. Both sides fully concentrating on this force right here. They're not focusing on their economy too much. They're not focusing on, you know, building up buildings. They're just focusing on this battle in the middle and getting units out to help fight this battle. And right now, this is a weird stalemate. Look how many Pumas Andre has now, and they're all lined up like it's a goddamn 17th century line battle. Speed us up a wee bit. But this is gonna be a skirmish.
Stealth enemy unit
There's some
detected.
ninjas being brought up, but they get spotted by the blazers. Neither side really wanting to go for that close range engagement, and rightfully so, because both would take very heavy casualties. I was thinking the amount of Pumas Andre B would come out on top for a CQC engagement. I mean, he does outnumbers his force, rightfully so, but his force has better missile and missile defense systems.
Stealth enemy unit detected.
I mean, just both sides. It's like seeing ants move around. And they're fully focused on just force. They're not focused on their economy or anything else. It's just this battle is the mainstay of the match right now. So both sides are focusing on 100%.
Stealth enemy unit
It's really getting them nowhere.
Stealth enemy unit detected.
Back and forth. Let's speed this up even more. See how long this goes on for. Andre B actually pulling back quite a bit. And oh look, Big 15 moving up. Starting to knock out these refineries, which are now empty. And outpost. Big 15 now really has the advantage. He has loads of Hercules, loads of Guardians, loads of Blazers. Even a few strikers just for show. And he's getting himself some Marines, which is an odd choice, and some Javelin guys. Big 15 now on an offensive. Pushing into Andre's base. I think economy rise, Andre isn't doing too good. He hasn't won an aluminum deposit. And that's really it. And Big 15, yeah, didn't have much. And that would be a GG. Big 15 taking the victory. Damn, he got quite a lot of kills in those Pumas. But yeah, just a good match on both sides. Both of them going for rather similar heavy ATGM strategy. But the real big advantage of Big 15's ATGM strategy was the Blazers and the Hercules, which kept his units alive. Well, Panda Sports Andre just kept with the Pumas. And I think if he maybe went for, I don't know, a bit more of a directed force, maybe Tigras of his own. Because Tigras are nice long-range anti-tank units and they can't get shot up by anti-tank missiles. But the Blazers would be a bit of an issue. But yeah, good game from both sides. Pretty much a missile commander of a match. And well, that's all I have time for. This has been another RANGROO cast. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as usual, please just take it easy.